And you're back. We're glad to have you back. Thank you for choosing us this beautiful Monday morning. And I see somebody by the name Blessed Caro, and Asema, thank you for allowing God to use you through this platform. Pray for the children as they go to school from the Asumas family. Yes, actually children are starting to go to school either this week, today or tomorrow or Wednesday. And so we are praying for protection over every child who is going or preparing to go to school. For parents who are hoping that they find the school fees for that, we're praying that God may come through for you and give you all the necessary needs that you have, and so that you can take your children to school. Na watoto mkienda shule tafadhali musome. Imagine hustles wazazi wamepitia. Please make sure you're utilizing the opportunity. It only comes once in a lifetime. Tuulize, tutakwambia ukweli. And today is Money and Business Monday, and as I mentioned earlier, we are talking about matters tours and travel business, and we are having with us right here is George, who is the founder of the Foot in Africa Safaris. He's George Kamau, and he has been telling us, you know, ukitaka kuingia kwa hii biz, by the way, si ngumu hivyo venye watu husema, na pia si rahisi pia venye watu husema. So ukwe tu passionate about it, ujue chenye unafanya, fanya research yako poa, angalia market yako, your target audience ni nani, na pia uangalie all the requirements that are needed. Usikwe go against the rules ama the laws of Kenya. Alafu ukifanya hivyo, make sure tu umekuwa passionate nayo na ujidrive kabisa na utafikia. Na sasa tunataka kujua, after ametuelezea hivyo vyote, I'm sure there are some of the challenges zenye amepitia, because alikuwa anasema na venye inawezaenda hivyo upate you're back to square one. Na sasa tunataka kujua, ndio sisi tukianza hiyo biz, nasikia venye nimesema sisi tukianza hiyo biz, at least najua kuna kitu kwa kama learn from kwa experience ya mtu mwingine, si wewe. Unapata ni mtu amekwambia hey, ukifanya hivi, so it is important. Let's get to know that. Remember, you can contact us via our SMS line if you have any question for George or for the tours and travels. You can ask that question. You can send us also via WhatsApp, tutaona, na pia kwa Facebook, on Facebook and also on YouTube tuko live. Tuzidi kujua zaidi, tuzidi kusemezana hapa na director wa Foot in Africa Safaris. Welcome back, George.
Thank you.
And so tutata tujue difficulties encountered in matters tours and travel business. Hebu tujue zaidi ndio tusijipate pambaya tukianza hii biz.
Basically the challenges that personally I faced were, first of all, I entered the business while I was so green. I knew nothing. So information is power.
Okay.
If you don't have the right information, there is a bit struggle while starting off.
Okay.
Because you don't know where to start, who to talk to, what you should do, which office to go to. So basically you are just doing things blindly, right?
Yeah.
So I guess this was the challenge, because now you see I need to do this, but I don't know what to do or where to start.
Okay.
Another thing now comes in when now the business is starting to peak. You need some capital. Maybe there are those corporate clients, they pay you via check. Then you need to pay the service providers. Maybe let's say it's a huge amount of money. You don't have the capability. Like maybe say a check is maturing in 2 weeks time. You need to pay the service providers in 1 week's time. So now that's when you scratch your head and you're like, okay. Another challenge is that, well, you are new. So most people are not that willing to work with you, like maybe say a logistics partner. You need vehicles, you don't have the cash as now. So for them to trust your word that niko na hibis, when you gari, client akisort, I'll sort you. So, because now you see, these are things that trust is earned, and as you grow in partnership, they know that you are someone who keeps your word. Like now I can just call anyone randomly, like, yo, I have a business in the next 2 weeks. Can you reserve 10 vehicles for me?
Okay.
Without a penny, they can do that now. But when we are starting, you need to have the cash.
Yes.
So also the hotels, you don't know them. They don't know you. You write an email and they're like, okay, who is this? So like
they're not like glad that someone is
yes, they are glad, but now it comes to the aspect of you see, we are all in a competitive business, right? Now as a client's window shop, but of course, so you come to me, I get maybe a hotel at 10 G's. Then you go to someone else, he gets the hotel at 80 G's because they have a rapport with the hotel. They have been working with them. So that's a challenge because now you see I lose the client because the hotel doesn't know me. They know the other person. So as you grow in business, those are things that you go on improving. You know how to deal with these hotels, who to deal with, and so on. So those are small things that you overcome with time. Again, now it's another challenge. It's for you to keep the clientele, because you see, as you are starting, you can't be perfect. There's some things that maybe some misses here and there. Maybe estimate timings vizuri, uliandika kwa itinerary wanafaa kwa hoteli 6 wafike 8. So traffic. So these are the things, communication, everything. Maybe another service provider messed you up, so a client thinks it's your fault. So to keep the clientele, it's a challenge also. But as you grow with the clients, so and you see now, if you're a person who has that personal touch, I like telling people, if you're dealing with clients, have that personal touch with clients. Because if you are there, you know how you see now that the uniqueness of your packaging, the uniqueness of your delivery, it's what counts. Then also go that extra mile to deliver. It really helps and comes a long way while retaining the clients.
Oh, that is nice. And what are some of the lessons you've learned through the difficulties? And what if a person comes and maybe you who you were there in 2011, and someone comes and tells you, I want to get into this business. What lessons have you learned that you could share with them?
First of all, for me, I think...
Speak to your younger you.
I think I learned things the hard way. Okay. I have paid for credit for some of these informations and consultations from now people I call friends now, because now, as of course, as you go into the business, you bond, and some of them have become friends, and I also always tell them, nakumbuka ukinitisha just to give me information. So I like giving information freely. If I see a person is passionate, because what people do, and mostly, sorry to say so, Nakuru, we have that thing anataka kuingia hivi atatuharibia market and everything. So most people don't like sharing. But to me, I have one thing, like the cake is so big. You can't serve the whole market basically. So then the people I know are not the people you know. So if I don't give you the information, I won't have those people. So why? Just share the information. You never know, maybe you might be a destiny connector. So just give information freely. For me, if you are passionate about this travel business, I always guide people. Come to my office, sit down with me, we'll talk. Why do you want to do the business? What do you need? Where are you stuck? Just come, I'll explain freely, because even for me, there are some people who held my hand. We will lose nothing by holding someone's hand. So just hold someone's hand and propel each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because you're in our office, our Mizpah TV office, please share with us that information. Wacha niongelee vizuri watu wetu. Kuna wenye watakupata hapo nyuma ya tent, but hapa tu kwa open. Tell us, what should someone look for ama into?
So it matters of
the lessons you've gotten to learn.
The lessons I've gotten to learn is that there are good people and bad people out there. Okay. Yeah, some will mislead you, some will lead you to the right path. And also, I think the most valuable lesson I have learned is that always be honest with what you do. Honesty is a key determining factor of where you're going. Because now you see, it's a tricky business dealing with people's money. There's temptation, but of course, maybe you have $1 million here. You're supposed to pay a service provider $950 and only $50 is yours. You see, so if you're honest enough, just take whatever it's yours and be satisfied. Yeah, just be honest. Deal with clients in all honesty. For now. So honesty counts. And also always treat people regardless of how they seem, because some people you might see, sasa huyu ananiambia kona 5k anataka kwenda holiday. So I always try to work with everyone's budget, regardless how small it is. I like telling people that I came to the market to try and fill that gap of those travelers who felt they were not catered for in terms of budget. Because now when I got to the market, it was just the big boys. So the whole
lazima 100k even.
Exactly. So we always try to work with each and everyone's budget. We squeeze as much as possible just to accommodate everyone, because you see, I might be able to do that birthday at 5k, but it will go a long way in retaining you. When you have that 100k, you will always remember me. So there is some business even you do without making anything, just for tomorrow. So in business you must be smart. You see, you live things in a futuristic manner. I like telling people I'm a futuristic person, because like, how does tomorrow look like? I need to retain this person. Exactly. And if it will just I'll lose the 5k and then gain so much more in the future. Exactly. Also your networks. Because they recommend. Ulienda kabadhi. Niliona na sasa umeenda umepiga na ka 5k. Nilipeleka na Foot in Africa. So just that word it counts a lot. Amazing. And so to the other people, what should customers watch out for in the world of tours and travels? Sasa tumetoka kwa biz kidogo, saidie the customer, clients. Waangalie nini? There is a lot of change and dynamics in the travel world. When I got to business, I guess we had to do a lot of I don't know if to call it civic education or eradicate the mentality of there's that notion the locals have. They had the notion that travel is for the wazungus, travel is for the rich. I always tell people travel is for anyone who wants to travel. It's something deep inside. If you start traveling, trust you me, it's a culture. But because you haven't started traveling, people say, nalipa hiyo pesa yote kwenda tu hapa. It's a misconception. It's a misconception. But unless you go experience the service, what the trip is all about, the networking and everything. I like putting my trips, mostly those day trips and everything, overnights. I like telling people, make sure you network. Because you see, you have come to that trip. You are a doctor. all these people are your clients.
Yeah.
You see?
True.
You are a nail technician. There are ladies there.
Clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you get something out of the trip.
Yeah.
You'll have even much return than the 4K you paid for the trip. Yeah. So don't see it like a waste of money. So many. I know a lot of people who travel just for the networks. Yeah,
wow,
because you never know whom you meet outside there.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you meet people who will propel you to the next level of your business. So I think we as Kenyans, but I'm happy because since COVID came, COVID summer was a blessing in disguise for us locals and the travel here in Kenya, because so many locals embrace local tourism. And it's then that their eyes were open. Oh, so we can also do this thing. You see, if you have seen those overlands, the big lorries that carry wazungus, we used to cruise with them everywhere, the locals, and people were like, so we can also afford these things. It's just the misconception that people had, these are things that are for wazungus. So I always don't underestimate yourself. Go for it. If you start traveling, it's a culture. You'll never stop. Yeah.
It will be a continuous thing.
Exactly.
Bora tu uanze.
Anza tu.
Kitu kubwa ni kuanza. Amazing. And so also as a client, you know, if I choose to work maybe with you, you know, what are some of the things that I should expect?
Always when you travel with Foot in Africa Safaris, you always expect that personal touch. You always expect to come back, we say, a better person because of the network session that we have. We just don't go for trips. We have those sessions, as I mentioned, for just networking. We give people time to network. We do you see, there are people who come for trips. We do what we call like an analysis, like for our clients. There are people who travel to relieve stress. There are people who travel to network. There are people who travel just for fun. There are people who travel for foodie people. So we try and combine all those aspects. So we make sure we give the best food. For us, we have our own chefs, so we know what to give our clients. So our clients, if you ask anyone, they'll tell you, with Food in Africa Safaris, food, you'll never go wrong, because we have understood the market, we have understood people love food, so we make sure we give the best food. For people with stress, we have the Zumba people, we have the aerobics people. So when you come for the trip, you'll be entertained, you'll dance, you'll do everything, you relieve all the stress. For people who network, we have the sessions to network, market your business. We give you a platform, market your business. Talk to people you never know. Yeah.
And what about when a client is coming in? There are those issues, kuna mtu mwenye hajui, mimi nataka tu kwenda unwind but hata sijui chenye nafaa kufanya. So what is in the tour and travel that maybe kuna the services that are there?
Yeah.
When I say I want to travel, na sina idea, what are the options should people look for?
What happens if you come to us and say, George, I want to travel, but I don't know what I want. So there's a questionnaire we always give people. Like, we want to understand, first of all, what you love, so that we have a rough idea of what. Yes, basically we have everything. Like we cater for business travels, we cater for fun travel, we cater for leisure travel and everything. So we have everything under us, but we need to understand you first. Yeah, your perspective, so that after you tell us, mi napenda boat, napenda skydiving, napenda this and that. So we are able to give you a customized package. Yeah. So also depending on your budget, we're able to give you a customized package that fits your needs. Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And approximately what are the charges? Kwa sababu umesema travel ni ya kila mtu. Lakini hata as much as tunasema kila mtu, the economy, but I blame it on the economy. If I say I want to travel right now, budget yangu inafai kwa gani?
Travels is segmented into maybe, let me say, 3 different categories. We have the day trips, we have the overnights, we have the vacations, we have the holidays.
Also nikiamua kwenda to day trip, hiyo si vacation, hiyo ni day trip.
Yeah, ni day trip.
Just to unwind and everything. Sawa.
Yeah. So for a day trip, they range from 2,000. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So from 2,000 you can go for a day trip. Okay. That is food, transport, photography, and everything.
Just for a day, like nikiamua like, hey, by then nimechoka. So naenda tu for a day. Hapo nikiwa tu na 2,000 iko sote.
Yeah, from 2,000 hiyo sote.
So unaweza eka hiyo pesa by the useme hii 2K badala ya kufanya kitu fulani. Sininde tu ni unwind. Okay, kuna hiyo ni during the day.
Yeah, so we have overnights.
Hiyo na during the day is from what time to what time?
From 6 to kurudi maybe kitu 8. Depending na venye unataka.
Okay.
Yeah, depending na venye unataka. So then we have the overnights. Overnights maybe Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, you go on Saturday, come back on Sunday.
What time Saturday?
So flexibility from morning, others go after work. So depending on the flexibility.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
but usiku mzima ndio tutakuwa tunafanya.
Exactly.
What are the some of the activities to do for the overnight?
So basically overnight starts from Saturday. Let's say someone is coming from maybe Nairobi. You can pass by Hell's Gate, do geothermal spa swimming, you do the boat ride. Maybe let's say we are going for something like camping. We go to the campsite, we do the bonfire, we have the evening games, the night games, bonfire, so everything, music, everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the vacation sasa ni kutoka how many days?
Vacation maybe from 3 days. Yeah, from 3 days. Ile unasema acha ni tremke Mombasa kidogo, ni relax, nitulie. Yeah. So from around 25,000 you go to go. Yeah, you go to go. Yeah.
That is nice.
Yes.
And so tunafaa tuanze kutravel. Tafadhali mumesikia, traveling is essential. Na unaweza choose, najua kuna watu wanasema unaona watu wakienda mbali, hiyo tu ni siku au ushinde huko sijui nitaacha kazi nani. You can choose to do one day, you know, from 6 to 2 or to 8 p.m. One day to just unwind, meet with people. Unaweza choose kwenda overnight, overnight. You can choose to do that. It can also help you. And also you can choose to go for a vacation. You never know. Unaweza enda huko. Acha nisimalizie, but watu hupatana huko. You never know.
We never told them. The good thing we have lipa pole pole.
Oh, you have also lipa pole pole.
Yeah, you just give your till number, deposit ka 50 500, ukitosha unaenda holiday yako.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now mumesikia. That is all in matters tours and travel, and we've had George Kamau, the founder of Foot in Africa, and now you know. Now you know, if you want to start the business of tours and travels, now you know. If you want to be in the to be a client, maybe you want to travel, unwind. Umesikia pia malipo si expensive. Sasa tuache kuachia wazungu hii mambo hayo yote. Imagine watu wametoka from the other side of the continent, wanakuja kujua Lake Kenya iko karibu na wewe. Nawe hata si unajua hujawahi enda, So let's change that. Let's travel, let's unwind, let's have the best of our nation. Ndio hata tukianza kutravel nje itakuwa much better. Thank you so much, George, for making time for us. Now we know better, and I'm wishing you nothing but the very best in travel, in matters traveling, tours and travel, and keep soaring high.
Thank you.
Awesome. That's how we get to wind up on that. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you've learned, and hope now utazidi kujua zaidi na utaamua mambo na kutravel ni muhimu. We take a break, but when we come back, we have Ken Rugongo who will be telling us more about matters biz, tujue the updates on what has been happening in the business world. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned. This is Nuru ya Asubuhi.